Ever since 42 minor league baseball teams lost their affiliation in 2021, leaving communities without millions in support of their local boys and girls clubs, public schools, and countless other community resources, we've been studying the community and economic impact of sports teams in our local communities and sharing the results with not only the public, but community and government officials, showing them why we need sports and sports needs us. This is Clubhouse Correspondence. Alright, and to start off another episode here of Clubhouse Correspondence, we have Ryan Moede from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, Vice President of Business Operations here with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Alright, and again, just to kick it right off, I'm going to ask these questions in kind of a different order. Normally I wait till the end to talk about fun promotion, things coming up, but I walked in here today and there was a giant inflatable cow. You're called the Timber Rattler, so I take this as a fun promotion, half the reason I'm here. Wisconsin Udder Tuggers night. Can you give us a little rundown of what that's about, what's going on at the ballpark here?
Yeah, again, we're from Wisconsin, so we're the dairy state, so cows are a part of what we do. So we've been doing for years, probably about 15 years, we've been doing a Salute to Cows night. This goes back to probably the early 2010s. And then back in 2019, we had, there's some names thrown around, and Udder Tuggers is a kind of a slang term for farmer, right? So that's kind of thrown around. Farmers have been using that for a while. We're like, that could be a really fun name. What if we rebrand? This is when rebranding and new identities were all becoming the rage. So we were like, hey, this is something that we think would be really cool. Kicked it off 2019, went crazy, right? And now, now in our team store, half of our merchandise is Udder Tuggers merchandise, and as opposed to Timber Rattlers things, and it's kind of a crazy thing. June is June Dairy Month in Wisconsin, so every June, when June Dairy Month rolls around, we rebrand for a 4-day weekend as the Wisconsin Udder Tuggers, and wearing our cow themed jerseys, and bring out all the whole 9 yards on dairy and cows and everything about it.
And just a quick follow up off that. So what is then an udder tugger? You said farmers use that term. As someone from Cleveland, I'm assuming a farmer?
Yeah, so an udder tugger, to be is a farmer tugs on an udder to get milk. So sometimes that was a word that somebody would use to describe a farmer. They're an udder tugger. Basically, they're getting milk. That's how they're doing it. And now there's machines that do these things, but back in the day when farmers had to go and by hand milk every cow to get milk, they were tugging udders to get the milk. So there kind of came the namesake for it, and kind of a really, really cool spin on it.
And to hop into the important stuff, the whole reason we do this, can you explain / maybe give some examples of some of the community impact or community initiatives the Timber Rattlers have in the local community?
Yeah, from a community side, we developed our own 501c3 about 7 years ago, Timber Rattlers Give Back, which has been a really important part for everything that we do here. Some of our main pillars are education, youth sports, and basic needs. So those are the things that we try to support through all of our initiatives, whether it's our 50/50 raffle, all of our again, our jersey auctions. Our Udder Tuggers jersey is probably one of the most popular ones that we do every year. So all those proceeds go to Timber Rattlers Give Back, and then those are spread between a variety of different partners around the organization as well. Especially like this weekend, we always have a community spotlight every single one of our games. So it's always a nonprofit organization that we're spotlighting, giving them a spotlight in front of our concourse. So of course this weekend they're dairy and farming organizations that are out here they're being spotlighted. But we want let's shine a light on these places that are in the community, right? That need some voice that are maybe people never heard of before. And how can we as people are 4,000 or 5,000 people are coming to our ballpark, how can we get them to engage with some other partners in the community as well? So we're always looking for new and new ways that we could kind of raise funds, get people involved in the community, and get people out. But it's something that's near and dear to our hearts. We've been around for over 100 years. We were community owned for the first 90 of those years before COVID. COVID forced private ownership to take over for the organization. But prior to that, we were much like the Green Bay Packers, community owned. People owned shares of stock in the organization, so we were one of the very few organizations that had that mindset, and we've just kind of kept that going through for even though the changes happened ownership wise, that's still in the mindset of all of our front office staff.
And talking about getting people into the stadium, can you give us some reasons, just in general, why should you come to an Udder Tuggers game? or I'm sorry, Timber Rattlers game. Now I'm trying to keep the two names.
We're the same
straight.
thing.
So,
No, we're the same thing. Yeah, again, for us, it's all about the experience of the family friendly experience, right? That's our name of our game. So it's, we have a 3-story slide in left field that kids can come and slide down. This year we added a full size wiffle ball field in left field that kids can, the parents can be watching the game and the kids can go play wiffle ball. Our promotions, everything that we're doing, we have jersey giveaways, hat giveaways. We do 10 bobblehead giveaways a year. Anything to get a fan that wants to come out and just have a fun time. And that's what we say. Even if you're not a diehard baseball fan, right? You're gonna come and have a great time at the ballpark. Maybe you don't know if you won or lost at the end of the game, but you're gonna have, hey, I had an awesome time when you came out here. So that's what our goal is. We can't control the players on the field, all the time, but we can control, hey, if our fans are having a good experience, a fun time. So that's our goal every time that people are coming out. So I think, yeah, just the experience that people are getting from the time they walk through the front gate to the time they walk around, they sit, they see fireworks, and they run the bases after the game. We hope that experience is probably the best one they're going to get all summer.
then last one, if you have any examples, maybe not exact specifics, but can you kind of talk about how the team helps the local economy too? Like one thing that I can say is driving in here, there are a whole bunch of hotels coming in. I'm staying in one of them. You got me here from Cleveland for the Udder Tuggers thing. Do you have any other examples, or maybe you do have numbers or something about economic impact in the local area?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very important thing. I actually sit on the board for our Convention and Visitors Bureau, so I'm a very large part of that, and we're definitely part of that. Part of what we do, is not only for the 66 home games that we do, but we've done renovations over the last. We did a renovation in 2013. We did one in 2023 as well. We have a banquet space. We host almost 200 events, whether it's 300-person weddings, which again, of course, bring people from out of town and bring those things here to the area. This year we started, along with partnership with our CVB, started a winter fest here at the ballpark. So we had over 1 million lights that light up from November to December, which is bringing people in, even when, months are a little slower, not the summer months. So our goal is, is always, hey, how can we bring people in, bring people from maybe not in the Fox Valley, get them to come here. So I think our impact on bringing those people in, bringing people to the area has been huge. And just we're the Wisconsin brand, so then that was part of the brand when 1995 was we don't want to be just the Fox Valley team, we want to be Wisconsin's team. And so we're getting people, it's not just 30-mile radius like some other minor league teams. We're getting, 100, 150 miles people are driving for some of our games, and which is not the norm, I would say, for most minor league ball clubs. But we get people around the entire state that may drive 3-4 hours to come to one of our games. They want to see the guys, that are going to be future Brewers and those sorts of things. So it's really important to us. Don't have specific numbers on that impact, but you can definitely tell. And from the from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, I know it's a vital portion of what goes on in getting people heads in beds and getting people to stay here at the community.
And so just before I let you go, can I get you on record saying that wedding event center, that's not just baseball, right? To my future wife, who's going to argue with me because I like baseball and she doesn't. You could have it in a baseball stadium and then not have it only baseball themed, right?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. No, we'll get people that'll get married that are diehard baseball fans. And we'll get people that just want a very super elegant wedding with a really cool view. We have all glass. It's not like you're in a wedding hall or something like that. So it's just a unique space. So we get people that huge baseball fans, non-baseball fans, but a really, really cool place. And but especially if you're a baseball fan, you probably think it's really, really cool. We've had people get married on home plate at the top of our slide. We've had people get married a lot of different places around this place. But we're probably 20, 30 weddings a year that we're having. It's a pretty cool thing.
All right, the slide might sell it for. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I think that's all I got for you.
All right, sounds great.